One of the candidates vying to be the next county executive in Prince George's County picks up a major endorsement. Good evening, everyone. This is CTV News for this Friday. I'm Bruce DuPois.
And I'm Byron Scott. We'll have those details in just a bit. But first, the area bracing for the first snow of the season. As much as 4 inches could blanket the streets and buildings.
They started talking about a trace of snow, just a little light coating, and now we're up to 2, 3,
few inches,
maybe 4 inches of snow. You ready?
Yep.
It's a good time to dig out of the back of the closet, get those hats, scarves, and gloves ready. The county is also preparing for whatever Mother Nature brings, with road crews at the ready. The snow is expected to begin falling after midnight, and crews will begin pre-treating the roads prior to that. Now, we spoke with the Department of Public Works to get details on their snow plan.
Inspectors, pickup truck and big truck and dump truck.
We're looking to deploy about 200 vehicles. As you can see right now, it's a little bit dead here because crews have gone home so they can start that 12-hour shift at midnight. I do want to remind people that it's the first snow of the season, so that means you haven't really driven in the snow in a year. So if you have to be out there, use caution, leave extra space between you and the car in front of you. But obviously, if you can stay off the roads, just please do that and let crews do what they need to do.
And that is always good advice. Meantime, here are a few reminders for you from the Office of Emergency Management. First, know the location of the county's warming centers. Next, do please check on elderly relatives and neighbors during periods of extreme cold. And lastly, make sure you have a winter emergency kit in your car. Now, surely shovel scrapers and other items that you will need to make it through the snow are going to be popular on store shelves going into tomorrow.
And some retail stores are making sure they are stocked up. We went over to Beltway Plaza Hardware to get a sense of what cold weather, I should say, they are selling. You can see here what they have on the shelves. Store owner Barry Blackman says he doesn't expect this stuff to last long with the weather that is predicted.
Our remote. Early this morning, we had people coming in buying the car brushes, the jugs of salt, and I said, well, something's up. I looked at the weather report. You called up. We have snow. We have a full back room of shovels and salt. We're ready and waiting. If the person has nothing, they should maybe get some salt, put it down, maybe get a shovel. They can tough it out. But you know they're going to need a shovel anyway in the house, so you might as well buy it now.
You can never have enough shovels. Blackman has owned Beltway Plaza Hardware for more than 40 years. Another major endorsement, turning to politics now, another major endorsement in the race for Prince George's County executive. The union representing firefighters is throwing its support behind State's Attorney Angela Alsobrooks. The announcement coming this afternoon at union headquarters in Bowie. IAFF President Andrew Pantelis calling Alsobrooks a true champion of public safety.
Thank you. As county executive, we are confident that Angela will continue to support the growing public safety needs of our county and our department. Just like she has done before, she will work with our agency to ensure that we have the resources that we need to respond to fires, medical calls, and other emergencies quickly and efficiently.
You run into burning buildings. You save lives that may not have otherwise been saved. You keep families from having to suffer the loss of loved ones, and you bring hope and relief when you answer the call.
Local 1619 represents 1,600 active duty and retired firefighters and paramedics. Alsobrooks is running in the June 2018 Democratic primary. The field includes former Congresswoman Donna Edwards, State Senator C. Anthony Muse, and former White House official Paul Montero.
And State Senator Richard Madaleno's bid to be the next governor of Maryland is off and running. When it comes to funding, he's the first of 8 candidates in that race to accept public financing. The Montgomery County lawmaker says his decision to accept the money gives him the opportunity to raise as much as $2.8 million, with about half of that coming from public funds. By accepting the money and the limits that come with it, Madaleno's following the footsteps of the man whose job he is seeking. Governor Larry Hogan had a similar deal back in 2014. Meantime, in other campaign news, State Delegate Barbara Fresh says she won't run for re-election next year. Instead, she will co-chair Rashawn Baker's gubernatorial committee. And he's overcome tremendous odds to become successful. Now one Capitol Heights man is taking on a new challenge in hopes of becoming the nation's first deaf politician. Patricia Vallone has his story.
About the service that I do. I love giving back to the community, and I'm passionate about that.
Toyin Fasakin wants Prince George's residents to never experience what his family did after his father passed away. That's why he's running for Register of Wills.
My father, he died without a will, and you know, he had two families, and so both families fought over the property, and it really caused some issues. Finally, we were able to come to some resolution and resolve the matter, but it didn't have to happen.
The Capitol Heights resident is among a small handful in the deaf community who have ever attempted to run for office, and if he gets enough votes, he would be the first deaf politician in the county. Fasakin was born in Nigeria and lost his hearing at age 4 due to measles. He says it could have been a recipe for a life of self-pity and dependency, but the unfortunate setback never became a stumbling block. His family moved to Ohio, where he eventually graduated from Kent State University. He worked as a community resource manager there and now is the employment manager with the district government, helping people with disabilities find jobs. He's also the past president of the Maryland Association of the Deaf.
There are a few deaf people who have run for public office here in the country. No one has, as of yet, actually won.
The Capitol Heights resident says being deaf has allowed him to empathize with those who have physical disabilities, but his success stories lie in his drive to assist the community at large.
I want to emphasize the importance of giving back to the community, making sure that people know that they need to go and fill out a will. So going to different civic associations and different meetings, informing people about the importance of having the will. And you know what I found is that a lot of people don't even know that there is such a thing as the Office of the Register of Wills.
Fasakin says if elected, one of his first goals will be to create a more digital office and broaden outreach in the community. From Capitol Heights, Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
And Fasakin kicked off his candidacy for Register of Wills last Friday. You can read more about his campaign at votetoyinfasakin.com.